Hi, my name's John Wright. Good morning, good morning. It's nice. I seen a male person go by just morning. I should have actually taped it because they actually, they waved this morning. They probably seen the hearts and they seen me sitting here. I'm not hiding nothing. I'm looking over here at TEMU. Man, oh man, I'm telling you, when you buy supplies from them, America, man, you're saving money. You never have to walk into Walmart again. You never have to order from any place else ever again. If you got to go to Walmart because you're a poor person that's been pushed down like me, I'm on a strict budget, but I just squeeze every dollar out of my mile. And I make people smile. You know why? I love to entertain. I always wanted to have a bowling alley and an entertainment center. Why? So all of my friends could come in and party. And when I come down there, they're there, man. And they'll say, John's goddamn John's here. He's walking through right down there with the bowlers. Hey, how you doing? Goddamn, I'm fucking, you know. I just excited to see everyone bowling. I like to come in. I like to dress the lanes. I like to make sure that the bowling alley's running good for everybody that runs it, because I like the employees to be the star, because you're my next star. You're going to be in there working. You're going to run my bowling alley. I'm not going to be here all the time. I explained that to bowlers, and they even got me to do bowling meetings. And I told them this year how I would be, I'm running the bowling alleys, but you guys won't be seeing me. I work behind the scenes. And I've always been that way. After I left, that Herb Kreitzer, the guy over there he couldn't sell something that wasn't his. And that's exactly what Judy Hewitt said. They couldn't sell something that wasn't theirs because possibly it was stolen, and they were hiding it in trusts. In a trust, Penn State Royal Trust. That is the one that comes to mind. Penn State Royal Trust. Maybe that should be investigated for these bowling machines and equipment. From what I understand, there's a title on those AMF bowling machines just as if it's a car or an automobile, because the fact that those machines used to have a number on them, an actual odometer on them that says how much mileage those machines have on them. So, you could tell whether this machine's getting overplayed or that machine and stuff, is what I would say. But the truth is you can pull lineage off that machine and you could see if somebody's actually robbing you. And AMF used to get a penny for every time that the sweep dropped, until AMF finally sold off their product. And AMF sold off that product about the time that bowling alley got its equipment stuff, and it sold off all of that stuff. I mean, is AMF involved in it? Well, I tell you what, I've got my dad's AMF diploma that says the date on it when he got it, and that coincides with the date that I scratched in the back of the bowling machine when I fell inside of it. And I'll tell you what, that experience of me falling inside of that bowling machine and rolling on the carpet like a bowling pin and screaming, "Oh God, God, save me, save me, save me, oh God, save me," and I goddamn grabbed it. I goddamn grabbed the floor, and right there's a bar, and I just goddamn pulled myself out of it. I hooked my leg and my arm, and my leg and my arm on that, and I pulled myself up off of that. And I goddamn jumped right up out of that fucking machine, and I landed on the floor, and I started screaming, "You almost got me! You almost got me!" I'm telling you, that's the truth. I am telling you the goddamn truth. And I was the only person in that bowling alley. The door was unlocked. I was watching the bowling alley for my dad. My dad had gone off, and he went down there to get his bowling equipment, so he could goddamn know everything about the equipment. And he was gone. What's funny is they came to me, he says, "I want you to run my bowling alley," because I was the only person he trusted. In the whole family, out of all of them, the youngest male child is at that bowling alley running it. Mitzi's uptown. Oh, she's supposed to be the owner. She won't even come. Oh, no. No, Mitzi was off on a trip at the very time. And Dad slipped. I want to go down there and goddamn know everything about this. And, you know, we scraped up the money or something. We sent him back there. And it was only, you know, we got the Greyhound ticket for him and we sent him off, you know. He's actually, just get the fuck out of here. Go, go. I didn't say it quite like that. I said, go, get out of here. So he runs off. He goes down there. But before he leaves, he goes, it's a 2-week course. He says, but I'd like to go and see my family. I mean, I'd like to take a round trip and go back and see him, John. I may never see my family again, he explains to me. So apparently my dad was so desperate. Not only did he want to go and learn this so he could do this, he would leave his son there to run his bowling alley. Young. I was only 14. I did not have no driver's license. I was driving my dad around, you know, behind everyone's back as my dad's chauffeur as a child at 14. Taking him to Centralia and back to Solomon's, like King Solomon, George Wright out there partying. I looked through the door, there's George Wright out there. If I said, you know, you get anything you want, you know. Here I have ice cream, banana split, whatever. 4 banana splits at 4 o'clock in the morning. No, but we was out there by 2 o'clock, and I'm driving Dad home. Oh boy! In that, it was by then it was the gold Newport, like a port, like from the river to the sea. A Newport, a Chrysler Newport. Oh God, I just thought about that. That was so fucking funny. George living by signs. Now the blue Dodge player got cut in half when I was a kid. I witnessed my dad outside. What's he doing? He's cutting the car in half with a chisel and hammer out there. I'm like, should I go out there? You know. Oh boy. I go out there, I go, Dad, what are you doing? He says, I gotta get rid of this car. It's gonna get me in a lot of trouble. You know. I'm like, oh, and by then, Stan Hoyt's already carved slasher next to the antenna, and my brother Jerry's thrown a bowling pin through the back window, busted out the back window, and taken it and stripped the parts and dismantled it like he was dismantling it. Gerald, like, this was a really nice car. You know, I mean, I know what happened to it. I seen it get loaded up on my sister's orange Chevy pickup truck, and it got hauled to the dump out there outside of Morton. I was with my dad. I mean, my dad named that bowling alley Alpine Bowl. He gets a block ice cream. He comes out. Me and him's there in the bowling alley. And I think maybe Patty was too. You know, me and Patty's there. And Dad says, I'm going to name this Alpine Bowl after a bowl of ice cream. You know, he screamed. You know, I screamed. And I'm looking at him. And you know, another time, when I said something to him about, oh, I was watching Johnny Carson. They had a color TV in the bowling alley, you know, after the bowling alley's built and everything. I'm there at night. I'm watching Johnny Carson. I'm watching The Odd Couple. Felix Unger, you know how he's such a clean freak? You ask my ex-wife, Kathy, how clean the house was when she came home from having a child. The house was spotless. It was immaculate. Hey man, by reputation, you become what you want. Fucking Felix Unger, you come in my goddamn bowling alley, you could eat off the fucking floor. And it was nice that Herb Kreitzer had a good bowling alley. Man, oh man, but he's a little wild. Oh, Herbie is. He is. Like my dad would say. We was talking about Herbie one day, and he goes, Herbie? Herbie? Who? And there's people here going slow and stuff. And, you know, and maybe you guys see it on the camera, you know. And they come by, and it's a lot slower action now, man. It don't help to come out of the goddamn closet. Gay people did. They have Gay Pride Day. Can't I have D.B. Cooper Day? Oh, yeah, they sure goddamn been having a goddamn party with my dad without me. All of my family members, they just probably goddamn smile. Yeah, but my dad was D.B. Cooper. You know, like this, and God had... But now, but shh, we can't tell John. John's the only one that don't know. Oh, isn't that something now that they have to face up? And I also want to say that my wife, my brother Jerry told me that he took my wife to lunch. Well, my wife, when we were together out partying and stuff, you know, after things got choppy with us, we're out there partying. She's calling Jerry the prop. And also, my friend Pat Urian's out there doing this teapot dance like this here. We're at the Oli Tavern over there. They got it gated off in the back. They got beer garden and stuff back there. We're all back there partying and stuff. And me and Kathy's just out there having fun. And by the way, my ex-wife, Kathy, we had a lot of fun. She was a heavy woman when I met her. She got in shape. Then, you know, I think she had stomach alteration and stuff so she could lose weight and stuff, and I think it could have been better, more natural. I love the woman, though. She's gone through a lot of heartache, and you know, and some of it may have been caused to me, and some of it may have been from the way that her parents was raised through post-traumatic stress disorder. And also Sidney G. Ingdahl, he was a veteran from World War I and World War II. You know what? Who else I like? Robin Williams. Funny guy. Funny, funny, funny. Too bad he hung himself in the closet, or did he? Was he worth more alive than dead? I'm not sure. But when somebody is really, really super funny and they do not deal with things properly, they could end up committing suicide. Somebody says, we tried to save him, but we just couldn't do it. You know, and another thing, one of the last times I see my brother Jim would say to me, John, you believe in God so much? Prove it to me. You kill yourself and I'll come next. And then he's also saying to me at one point, and I think this was prior that built up to this, before this is all over, I'm going to stick a gun in my mouth and it's over. You know, and so he's threatening me that he's going to kill himself if what? I come forward. I told him, I said, for everything that you guys have done to me, I said, it's like putting somebody through the meat grinder. And they come back and say, well, look, I'm still here. Or whatever. I said, I feel like something like a crown in my horns, whatever. And he goes, oh, Jesus Christ. I was being told if I go out to my brother's house, they'll kill me if I go out to Jim's house. And this was coming from Jerry and Jerry's daughter. And Jerry's the one that's up there hiding behind barbed wire fence in Lewis County. I'm just telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And the Republican Party is responsible for the saw on the front end of that bowling alley in Morton, Washington. The Republican Party is responsible for that saw on the front end of the bowling alley called Millhouse Smokehouse, Morton, Washington, after Richard Milhouse Nixon. That was going to be impeached, but he resigned to save what? Face for the Republican Party. You know, Donald Trump comes in as a good guy that patched it up because Gerald Ford did not get reelected. Once he was placed in the position, people were sick of Richard Nixon. And Jerry, he pardoned Nixon. And I'll tell you what about Haley. Haley saying something like she would pardon Trump to get this over with. That's right. I see what she's done there. And, you know, she's trying to get Trump supporters to jump. Okay? Well, actually, Biden's the only one that's in position to pardon Trump, knowing that Trump's got in trouble because Donald Trump's comes from an abused family that's involved in the JFK plot and everything. Now, if everybody faced the truth and they grew up and they put their goddamn pants on, now if I have to grow up, you can grow up, And you can grow up, and you can grow up, and you know what? We can all be in this together without no goddamn animosity, because there won't be nothing built up against us. Now, would there? Now, does that sound nice? Would everybody like me to just openly like to forgive everyone and forgive everybody's debt that they owe me? Well, I don't know if I'm reasonable, that reasonable. I don't think I'm that goddamn reasonable at all. But we could work on it. We could work on it. Oh, I'll tell you what, I like people that fucking say the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I remember when I was forced to sit there with my hand on a Bible. Now they don't even have the Bibles in the courtrooms, because who removed the Bibles from the courtroom? What? You're going to be, what? Intimidated by putting your hand on a Bible and swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you the Holy Father in heaven, don't shine on you in the right direction for the rest of your days? You will be shamed forever, like me. They did that so I would be shamed forever, so I would never come back. You know what my sister said? John, they know that you was lying in court, like it was all my fault. And my brother Jerry Wright, he's played me and everyone like a retard when he was behind it, when he actually was behind the murder of Terry Lance Shortridge. And Lancer for John F. Kennedy, boy oh boy, Jerry Wright lives in post-traumatic stress disorder because he witnessed the John F. Kennedy murder. Well, my sister Bonnie, she lives in post-traumatic stress disorder because of the John F. Kennedy murder. My brother Jim, he was a young boy when it happened. Me, I was 3 years old. I was named after John F. Kennedy. My dad, 1953, there's a photo of him in Texas, Dallas, Texas. Some dad from Texas. Well, he could come back 10 years later and kill John F. Kennedy or be a part of it. The Johnson's Dirty Bookstore up there in Port Angeles, Washington, and Gales and 101, the Zodiac Killer doing the Brian Harnell case, and Celia. Celia is actually my brother Jerry's mother-in-law, Celia Dunn, and Dunn's my mom's maiden name. My mom has sex with my brother Jerry. I'm just putting everything out there. Oh, and by the way, the man, the taxi driver that got Paul Stein, that got his shirt ripped off pocket, my brother Jerry went through the house and tore off all of his ex-wife's shirt pockets. And why did he do that? So she knows if she ever says anything, he will fucking kill her. It's a sign that she knows from the Paul Steins the thing's been ripped off. I got people over here parked watching too now. Isn't that nice? Anyway, thank you for your time. And you know what? Americans should pull together. And America should be united, not divided. So I don't care who you are as long as you love me. Here, my hat says D.B. Cooper on it right there. It says D.B. Cooper. Yeah, right there. That was my dad. The cops forced it. You see, the beauty's in the word Cooper. There's cop in the name. It's right there. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, and you have a great day. You have a really great day. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. If I've given you energy today, great. Look what you could do for America, and don't ask what America do for you. Look what somebody's done to our bridge over there at the New York Harbor. Donald Trump's had problems there. We had the Twin Towers knocked out. Could you imagine if all that's connected to Donald Trump? I just wonder. Da, 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 da. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. I'm not stupid, and I don't want Americans being played like retards anymore. Okay? I think that's the proper thing to do. When everybody's been played like a retard, we don't want to admit it, of course. But I will. I'm the #1 retard. They used me. Thank you for your time. You have a great day. And always remember, they were calling me goddamn fucking names before they ever did you. Thank you much for your time. Amen. My name's John Wright. I'm nothing special. I'm just another person that's been forced to comply, or many people would die. Thank you for your time.